Welcome to this COVID-2 video session. But no community sport, no holidays. At least there's one thing we're allowed to do, and that is to memorise the quarter field press. Now, what are we trying to achieve with this quarter field press? We are trying to take 16 or turn the ball over in a 16-yard hit from the opposition and score a goal. Now, the way we do this is in two stages. And we're going to look at the first stage now. And what we've got here is the back four of the opposition, and Sandy has the ball in the middle of the field. Now, stage one of this press is to stop Sandy sending the ball out that side. We want Sandy to send the ball here over to Dave or Jan, who's ever in that position. And once she's over there, we're going to quarantine her in. We're going to fence her in so she can't get away with the ball. The fencing in is the second stage. So let's look at the first stage. With the first stage, we have to stop Sandy passing the ball out to our left. So we need John Collis to block Sandy from sending the ball out to Marion, or Deb, who's ever out there. Now, once we've blocked off the left, we need to block off the centre of the field. And so we need Cedric, our centre forward, to stand in front of Sandy. And Cedric's got to cut off the ball either down to Lofty, centre half, or to Simon. But you can see now that Sandy can still hit the ball across to his right wing flash. So to cut that line off, we need our left inside left, Fleur, to take that line in between John Collis and Cedric. Now, of course, Sandy can hit the ball across to Bill, their left wing. So we need Greg, our right wing, Greg, to cut off that line between Sandy and Bill. So now we have our front three in position. They're cornering the ball on the right-hand side of the field because we want to do a right-hand side press if we can. Now, we've cut off all the long balls, but we need to cut off the short balls. So you'll probably find that you got Janet, the inside right, in here, and she's likely to lead towards Sandy, take the ball, knock it over to Marion, or turn and send it on to Flash. So Fleur has to be able to move when Janet moves towards Sandy. Fleur has to move as well and stop her trapping the ball. On the other side, we have Faye. And Faye could just run into that space there, take the ball off Sandy and get it down to Bill, bypass Greg. So, Karina. Karina needs to be ready so that when Faye takes off, she's with her and she stops her getting the ball. So now that we've got our left-hand side locked up, now they've got the centre blocked up, Greg can move across. Oh, well, Sandy's going to be forced to push the ball across to Jan. So now we've been able to force the ball wide. Stage one is over and we have to start stage two of this press. Now, stage two of this press involves Greg coming over here, Greg or Phoebe if she's playing there. Greg has to get out there and to hold Jan while everyone else gets into position. Karina has to come up here. Oh, first of all, Cedric has to come through here and stop Jan putting the ball back to Sandy or to Nigel. So we've blocked Jan in one position. Karina needs to move up to here. We need Fleur across here. We need Nutsey over here. We need Marg to come up in front of Bill. And we probably need, Norm to come up into here. And with Norm coming up there, Barry can drop back as the sweeper. And Lib can come across here and mark Simon, because we don't need Lib out here because the ball's over the other side of the field. Now we have a fence. Now we have a fence around Jan, and Greg is in a position to take on Jan now. Someone has to give him the hoy, say, go Greg. And then Greg has to then turn Jan over, and once he gets the ball, our goal sneak John has to have snuck into the circle, John Collis. So Greg can get the ball and then give the ball across to John, and then puts it into goal. So that's the way we use the two stages of our press to score a goal. Now just reiterating, stage 1, we get the ball out wide. Stage 2, we surround Jan. Stage 3, Greg takes the ball off Jan. If Greg doesn't get it, someone else will. And then it goes to John to score the goal. Now let's look into a what-if situation. Now we're going to look at a what-if. What if we've blocked the left, we've blocked the middle, and Sandy's got the ball, and Nigel's saying, pass it to me, pass it to me. So Sandy doesn't pass it out to Jan, he passes it back to Nigel, and then Nigel passes it across to Marion. And now we've got the ball on the opposite side of the field to where we wanted it. So what do we do about that? We've got our strikers putting a press on the right hand side of the field. Now we need them to switch them so they put the switch on the left hand of the field, and everyone else needs to switch. Everyone else needs to mirror image themselves. So what has to happen is John Collis has to come down here and block Marion. Cedric has to come in here and stop Marion passing it back to Sandy or Nigel. So Cedric and John are virtually double teaming Marion. Now Fleur can stay where she is, but Karina needs to come across and start forming this fence. But we need Nutsey across there as well. We need Lib to step in front of Flash. We need Barry to come up here. Now if Barry goes up there, we need Norm. I've come across here as a sweeper. To give us cover. And Marg, we don't need her out here because the ball's on the other side of the field now. We need Marg to come across and mark Simon. Right, now that we've fenced Marion in, it's time for John Collis to take her on and turn her over, take the ball off her. Now once John gets the ball, well, in the meantime, Greg, our goal sneak, has made his way down to here, into the circle. So once John gets the ball off Marion, he has to send the ball across to Greg, so Greg can put it into the net. So just reiterating that, the ball goes back to Nigel, to Marion, and then we have to mirror image what we did earlier in stage 2. And it means that Cedric does his same job, Fleur does the same job, Karina does the same job, Libby has got a new role this time, John Collis has got a new role as a lead defender. Barry's up here instead of Norm on the other side. So there's a couple of roles that vary slightly, but a lot of the people are virtually doing the same thing on the other side of the field. And this is what we call a left side quarter field press. And it's a quarter up and down the field, not this quarter field that we normally talk about across the field. A vertical quarter field press. Let's reiterate on what's been said so far. We started with Sandy having the ball in the centre of the field, and stage 1 was to close down Marion, close down the middle of the field and force Sandy to put the ball out to Jan. Once the ball was out to Jan, we fenced her off and dispossessed her and scored a goal. The what if situation was if the ball goes to Nigel and out to the other side. Then we have to swing straight away into stage 2 and fence Marion in, turn her over and score a goal. What I didn't mention earlier was that if the free hit is to be taken out here, or out here by Sandy, then we just have to fence Sandy in, skip stage 1, go to stage 2, fence Sandy in, get the ball off him. And the same if Nigel takes a free hit on the other side. So we now have the opportunity to score a goal off this quarter field press. So let's do it.